Are you kidding me? I did it! I actually did it! But the frickin' click was way too late. It's always that stupid click. I can do everything except that click perfectly, and I hate it. I can only do that click in practice mode, it seems. And the reason why is because I can die to that click multiple times in a row and realize, oh hey, I need to click there. But here, no, you don't get that luxury. You have to actually remember it on the off chance that you actually make it that far. And that's pretty much impossible because you've forgotten about it already. Okay, I finally did it. Looks like the ships are not misaligned. There we go. I'll explain that in a little bit, if I survive. Finally! Oh my goodness, this level is such a piece of garbage. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to go through this in practice mode, and we're going to talk about how to not rack up 500 or 600 attempts on this, like I did. But in the meanwhile, absolute trash level. Yeah, I'm the only person who found that coin. I don't know about this guy, but yeah, that's about the size of it. Nobody else has found that one coin that I found. I don't know what the mini coins do, but we'll talk about that when I go through this in practice mode and show you what's wrong. In the meanwhile, let's just post a comment. Alright, so let's go over this. So first thing, not sure what these coins do. There are 4 of them that I know of, and 2 of them you can get and 2 of them you can't. That's one that you can get. And I've looked in here, there isn't anything weird in here that you can use to get a coin. That's one that you can't get. Like, how are you supposed to get at that? Right? And then this is the coin that nobody's found. I just happened upon that by random chance. Sometimes this blue orb right there won't even work. So look out for that. You might click it and it just won't work. All this is pretty standard. And then we get to this duel. You have to do a double click for that orb. And then all of this works pretty well. Same here. Alright, now for here you don't have to jump into that portal transition, and then you want to skip that black orb. Reason being is that if you hit it, then you can get some weird behavior with that orb, and so if you skip it, you just land far down, and that yellow orb works all the time. Alright, so the next thing. Right here. As soon as you get up onto that slope, you want to jump. You do not need to try and time it later. That just ends up in getting you killed. So let's do that again. And then you pretty much just need to stop there. You don't want to hold all the way through or else you're going to crash into that spike there. And then here, this is the other coin that's obtainable. And it's actually a decent marker because if you get it, then you're probably going to make it through there without having to adjust at a much closer time. So just get used to getting that coin. So let's back it up a smidgen. Hit that, get the coin, and then go through the wave. Alright, now for this. So what you want to do is you want to aim for that platform there and land on it. There's a slide block. So you can see that I slid there and now I'm in the ball. Now we don't want to hit either of these orbs. Those orbs work if you get the transition in a different way, but this is really the only consistent way to guarantee that the transition will work. So don't do anything, click there on that line, and then you'll need to click that orb. Then you need to click again with this ball right about here to get up to there. Alright, so there we go. just by kind of stepping through this, we've gotten all the clicks that we need to get through that first section, and we've skipped the first 2 orbs. Then we just have 1 click up at that arrow right there on the right hand side, and then you have to click an orb to get into the dual ship. There we go. And I put down a checkpoint, you just can't see it. So then you have to hit this orange orb and fly through here. Now you have to do a really steep angle there because of those spikes, and then that is the other unobtainable mini coin. Alright, so next you just kind of go through this. Now this is where we want to stop for a second. This is the part that I kept saying I was going to cover. So when you transition into... Oh boy, we have to rewind this a little bit. Come on. Nice, I love that. Alright. So, when you transition into this ship, what can happen is after you hit that orange orb, these ships can be in different X positions. So one ship will be farther ahead than the other. Typically that's the reverse ship, so in my case that's the one that's predominantly purple. And as you can see, that occurred there. If it's too far ahead, then it will hit that portal first, and then your ship will come out of the end dual portal upside down. And then you get to here upside down, and there's nothing you can do. So, really what you need is a right side up portal coming out of that dual to make sure that that bug does not make the level impossible, because that is something that will make the level impossible to beat if you get that bug. There's really no way that I know of to prevent it, so you just have to be aware of that. And if you end up upside down, you're hosed. Now when you get there, always assume that you're going to be right side up, because if you don't, then you're going to kill yourself anyway. So every time you exit the duel, always assume that you are going to be right side up, even if it really looks like you aren't, because that ship is so much farther ahead. Because, you know, if you respond to it being upside down, that's great, but you're going to get to here and die, so it's pointless. It's better to be optimistic and actually make it than to be pessimistic and die when you could have made it. Alright, don't have to jump there, don't bother. Hit that late. That way you can actually make that landing. Here's what happens if you don't hit it late. So let's suppose you just hit both of these as early as you can. That happens. So you need to hit the second one late, but not too late, because you could easily pass it and just not make it. And then from here, you win. So that's this level. Hopefully you can now beat it without spending quite as many attempts as I did. It's really difficult and really annoying to get down. I had to spend several hundred attempts just playing this and dying at the duel before I realized there's probably a better way to do it, and it turns out there was. And then from there I just had to get lucky with the stupid ships, you know, not being synced on the x-axis. So that's how you do it. It sucks. You know, if you're watching this, you're probably not going to play it because it sucks. But I figured there are no videos of this level anywhere, and I might as well make something discussing it to help other people deal with this, because it really is a pile of garbage. But if you want to beat it, then, well, you're gonna have to deal with those things the hard way, or watch a video for help. So here's the video for help. Thanks for watching. So anyway, that's how I dealt with it. Absolutely awful level. And this is not even the worst. So, oh yeah, I've been playing this level for so long that the list is no longer loaded. So I've just been going through some of the 1.9 levels that have coins, unverified coins, and I happened across this one, and I'm like, no, I am not going to do that any further. In fact, the only reason I have 9% on it is because I know I'm not going to do it, and so I wanted to get a number of orbs divisible by 5. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get that far and then never play this again, because that is This is some memory garbage. So anyway, that was the idea with that. So, you know, the level I just showed you is not even the worst one out there from updated 1.9 Insanes. And there's some more updated levels, right? Because coins, obviously, it's updated. So I'll end up seeing what those are later. I've spent way too much time on this one level. Okay, well, I could have downloaded the quests. Oh well.